Today, we're going to be talking about speak truth and how important it is to speak the truth. So, in life, we all have our word and what we do for ourselves and others feel around us, right? But you must continue to educate and go deeper and into yourself to grow. So, guys, always like me. So, you got to continue to improve yourself, continue to educate yourself. It's called self development. And how do you self development? Watch other mentors, successful people, what you want to do in your life, continue to grow, and what you're doing in your career. And most importantly, how do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years? Right? But how do you achieve that? How can you go from where you are now to go from where you want to be? Think about it. How were you brought up when you were younger? Who are you now? What was your past like? What is your future in your mind it's going to be like? Well, it all depends on what you do today, your habits today, and how you're going to continue to see yourself and put in this, let's say, habits and rituals that you need to do that are boring for a period of time to get that result. Because, as you know, you gotta sacrifice. You have to fail, suffer, have pain to get where you're trying to get to. Regardless of anybody tells you. It sucks. Trust me. But that's the only way that you'll be able to evolve. That's gonna be on another topic as well. But today is specifically is about speak the truth. Tell the truth to yourself in the mirror. Speak the truth to yourself and how you carry yourself, how other people see you. It's very important. You might say, why is that? It's because, as you know, reputation is important. Alright, that's why communicating is very important. Regardless if you want to have that conversation with that person, if you don't, or if you do want to do it, but you know there's a consequence if you don't do it. It might not be not right now, but as long as you keep the conversation being had with that person that you might have an issue with, a coworker, manager, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, kids, you gotta have that conversation. Potential, spouse or partner or relationship. The conversation has to be had because at the end of the day, standards is very important. And if you don't have those standards in place, people will feel like they can do what they want to do. I mean, people can do what they want to do regardless, but they know not to do certain things around you because they know how you are. They know how the standards are, how you move. They see how you think. They know that, oh, I can't play with this one. I'm gonna make sure that whatever I say or do on this person has to be calculated and not just a thought out text or conversation. Right? That's why it's always important to stay ready so you don't get ready. Prepare yourself. And that's very important. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So how can you, as a male or female, understand that process to get to where you want to go? Practice it now. Alright? But you also must do the same thing for others as well. Even though it might hurt them. It might hurt them because they know that you are speaking the truth, that they are playing, games. They know that they are kind of not mentally, on the same wavelength as you. And that's perfectly fine. But as somebody who's trying to go somewhere in life, you have to have that conversation with that person. And they have to admit it, regardless if they don't want to or not. And it's very important to know that because it shows people that you are not to be played with. And you have to let that know, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes yearly. But at the end of the day, they know that, okay, this person is for sure. I can't play with this person. Right? You know, it's only so many times, so many excuses, right? For people can use against you and why they don't want to do something, but know that they can't do it, but they just don't want to do it because they feel like they're just comfortable, or they just feel like they're just used to those habits that they're used to doing. But as a person who wants to speak the truth, you must let them know, especially if they're dealing with you, especially. I have right to say what I want to say, you have the right to say what you want to say. And then we come to a conclusion on how we can resolve this. We can continue to improve it, or we can improve it and let it go. And a lot of people don't. The truth hurts. You know, they can't handle it. All right, calling out people, right? It does something to their ego because they've been doing it for so long. They've been putting on an act, on a facade for so long. And as a man or woman who's trying to get places in life, you have to kind of get that sword and just, you know, slice and dice like you're in a forest. Cut them off. You know, you kind of let things slide out a little bit to see how things go. But one day you gotta wake up and be like, nope. That's just what it is. You know, at the end of the day, people can see you as a lesson and blessing. Or you can reverse it. It's for them to see you as a lesson and blessing. But as long as you are actually one who's actually providing value, who's actually doing something with your life, it'll be their loss. And they will try to come back. Maybe not immediately, but like months down the line, because they think that things are better off, you know, in the long run for them. But as long as you speak the truth, it doesn't matter. And once that door closes, you can't open it back up. And they'll try to. But for you, you must continue to stay firm, have humility, have some grace, right? Because we're all human, we all make mistakes. Trust me. So you can't be too uppity to people or too think you're better than everybody else, because that's actually not the way. So the best way is to speak your truth, make sure it's clear, it's understandable, and hope that person can be at work or anything like that, relationship, that it's corrected. And that things won't, you know, get to bigger things that they shouldn't be. Alright, so that's always good to have strong standards, boundaries, same time, connect them, so that people know that you are not to be messed with, and now their games, and that everything that they were doing was facade. It was all fake. It was all they were pretending. Alright? That's why it's always good to know somebody for like at least a good couple of weeks. A good couple of weeks, because they might not tell of themselves, but their actions will tell of themselves. Like I said, speak your truth. At the end of the day, I don't care what you say. I care what you do. And if you say something, you better do it. Especially as a man, you can't just say certain things and not do them, because there's a consequence if we don't do them. Right? So, at the end of the day, you must understand and grow as an individual to understand that and discern that with other people about your life. Ask for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and you will get the complete truth of what you need out of that individual without them actually telling you. And that will clear out everything. You just get that sword and you just, nope. I see what you're doing. Nope. Playing games, you think you're trying to get over me and trying to think you can say certain excuses, knowing that you're lying? Nope. So speak your truth. So today's topic is about being authentic. What does being authentic mean? The problem with people is they want people to please. They want to be a yes man. And women too, to get what they want. So it goes both ways for men and women, right? So being the true to yourself and the people around you, right? So at the end of the day, you must know who you are, what you're about, what your core values are, what you bring to the table, right? How do you move, right? It's very key in how things work. It could be at work, it could be in your relationship, potential relationship, your parents, your friends. Like it all makes sense if you think about it, right? And people will see that from you. How do you carry yourself? How do you move? You know, what's your growth like? You know, how can I make this person uncomfortable and still be themselves in the process? People look at all of that, and it can be frustrating sometimes. Um, but at the end of the day, you must know that stay grounded in who you are. That's key. And to know that as long as you do the work, when you put the work in, your results will speak for itself. Right? Your presence, your aura, the strength. You don't have to say it, people will feel it. They'll feel safe around it. They'll feel protected by it. And most importantly, they'll be more attracted and want that from you. Because they know that only you to be able to give that to them, because they finally met someone, right? It's true to who they are and they're authentic. So a lot of people are not authentic. About 90% of people in this world, because they're always trying to go the other route and how they want things to be done, to people please, to get what they want. I mean, they're selling themselves in the wrong way. So you must never be those individuals. You must be the one who wants to grow, wants to help people, which you do naturally. It should flow authentically, most importantly. And what you think about that, put that in a box. Right? People are going to be drawn to you. People are not willing to want to leave you. Right? Especially women. Right? They finally meet a young, masculine man who's authentic, who actually put in that work. That woman's gonna feel it. She's gonna be around other individuals as well. She's gonna see there's one individual who just different, who stands out from the rest of y'all. You're gonna be that guy. The guy that involves, right? The one that who has put that work in. He doesn't have to fake it. But they can see it, they can feel it, and they're gonna respect it. And women will never leave that individual as long as they respect each other, so to speak. Right? Boundaries have to be in place. But besides that, even with your career, alright, it's also very important to do your job at a very high level, in a very focused, dominant sense, right? And show up as yourself. And show up as your authentic self. You know, because the people who are higher than you, they're looking at that every single day when you're at work. Also in relationships. Also people who are just around you. Alright? You always gotta see that people is always watching how you move, watching how you do things, and how you talk, and how you carry yourself. Like, your job is not to get their validation anyways, but that's just the world inside that we live in. But that should not make you lower yourself as an individual. You must take who you are as a man or a young woman, right? And put that work in and succeed your expectations. Because if you exceed your expectations, your definitely gonna go beyond theirs. Because why? They wouldn't have expected that. You just show up, do your thing, knock out the task, on to the next. And a lot of people can't do that, unfortunately. But that's why you must become different. You must exercise a different level that nobody has experienced before. You want to be important in your life that when somebody meets you, that they experience someone that they never experienced in their life. And guess what? That is extremely hard to do, but it's actually easy to do. But are you willing to put in the work to do it? A lot of people are not. Right? A lot of people just want to be normal. They don't want to take on those challenges and take those risks. It is very uncomfortable. It's challenging. You can kind of lose yourself in the process, but not in a bad way, because you're trying to get to the destination of who you are, the next version of who you are, and that takes different time to work, value, self-educate, and you gotta invest into yourself in all areas. So financially, right, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Right, nobody even talk about that one. But in those four elements, just like the avatar, you need to master these traits. It's gonna take time. That's why every day you wake up, you get to really dive deep into those areas. You have to work on all areas at the same time. So that's why when I wake up, I have my days, but I know that when God wakes me up, I have areas in my life that I'm slacking in. I have things that I need to do to work on, right? That I need to do. That's just gonna improve your life on a different, on this whole different level. Alright? So, you must continue to do this work. Dive deep into this work. And understand that you will reap your rewards and reap your benefits when you do this work. Everything is going to be magnetic towards you. Everything's going to flow right to you. It's called being in abundance. And a lot of people are not in abundance. Right? They try to force the abundance. And people see that when you're trying to do that. Right? Especially when it comes to females. Right? And other things as well. You can't force your way into to be in that flow state. They just going to know, oh, in that state, he's really is that, he really is him. And you have to actually be that and do that work to be that. Because like I said, if you are really that individual, they want to know. Are they going to tell you? No. Some people will. But you shouldn't take that as an ego boost or thinking better than anyone. It's a blessing, but it can also be a heavy weight to carry. Right? But that's why you need to have God in your life. Ask for peace, mercy, and grace. Because that's going to keep who you are intact in a very foundation who you are. And like I said, women, they're going to see that. Some women are going to accept that because they're not used to that type of level of, this is a level of pressure. Your aura, how you radiate, how you change, how you evolve. Every time they see you, every time they talk to you, they know it's a different version. They have to get to know you again. See, we live in this world how we should try to get to know a person, which we should. But as somebody who's, if you're on that journey, that goal, but they have to get to know you again. Like, dang, he changed again. Dang, she changed again. Got to get to know this person again. A lot of people don't want to work and do that work. And it's okay. But if somebody really for you, there you see the king in you, see that queen in you, they're gonna be there. Trust me. They're gonna, entertain who they entertaining, but they know they got somebody in their mind. This is the one that I'm waiting for. This is the one that, you know what? whenever we get back in contact, things are gonna go. It's gonna go how it should go, right? And sometimes things leave, so if you come back better, keep that in mind. So today we're gonna be talking about evolving and what does it mean to evolve. So you have to grow and evolve and develop a sense of purpose in yourself. How is a question. How can you improve your status, your mindset, your financial, right? Income, right? But you must suffer and fail to unlock these qualities. So we all go through certain things in life. We go through pain and suffering, challenges, trials and tribulations daily. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's also emotional. So we all have things that we must work on to evolve these things in our life. But the question is, are you willing to educate yourself and acknowledge what you need to work on in your life? Because if so, you're gonna wake up with that purpose, that drive, that you just want to go out there and get it, right? Regardless of your situation, right? So that champion, that elite status of who you are, has to show up. I call that the deep, full potential of who you are. He's always there, especially in times of challenges, tribulations, hardship, and all that. But the only reason that champion can come out if you are preparing the other side of you when it's time. When he knows that, hey, I have to take care of this now. Alright? I have to go ahead and finish these hard tasks and dominate them and win and succeed. But so what I'm saying is you have to feed that champion. You have to educate him. You know, it's like having the God in you, the spirit in you. You have to continue to feed it positive, good things. So guess what? In time of need, all your resources will show up. Right? You get this, take what you need, handle this, handle that. But why? Because you are asking God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Some trials and tribulations are those three most important elements. Sometimes you need peace and quiet. That's why you might see people that want to go out and drink and do all these things to, calm themselves to their original selves. No, they need to be in the house thinking how to fix their situation and how they can improve. A lot of people call it boring. It's not boring. I don't know how it's boring when you're trying to fix your life. We all make mistakes that we have to live with. Right? I have mistakes and I have things that I need to fix in my life that needs to get done. So guess what? I call it grounding yourself. Just like when we're kids, right? You do something bad, we at school, with your parents, anything like that, you're grounded. You can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this until these things are in order. And then when you do good, here you go, here you go, here you go. Everything will start going back to you. But, God will, put certain hardships and trials and tribulations in front of us to be able to grow that you know, that warrior, I'd call it, you know, because a lot of people don't have that, you know, they don't, and you must develop that. You must continue to evolve that individual. You always want to get up every day and evolve who you can be every single day. But it's gonna take time, effort, consistency, and dedication to achieve that. And a lot of people don't want to go through that. They just want to do normal things, ordinary things, which is fine. But you're gonna have ordinary things. If you're gonna have extraordinary things, you have to go through an extraordinary process, extraordinary challenge places, extraordinary, you know, hardships that's gonna make you be alert, thinking, how can I do this, how can I fix this, how can I, you know, finesse this and get this out the way. Those are extraordinary pressure, right? And a lot of people run from that, but everything they want is over there. But they rather be over here. You know, you gotta take risks, you gotta take chances, you gotta make that move. And sometimes, maybe days I don't want to move. You know? Some days I don't feel like doing it. Some days I know, like, you know what, forget this, I'm not doing this. But I know if I don't do that, tomorrow will be harder. And guess what's go through that? I do. Same thing in your life too. You might have different things that you have to go through, different things you have to overcome. Same thing. But what are you willing to do to fix that? Alright? We don't know how long a trial and tribulation that God has put us through to overcome. It's on His time, not ours. But you have to learn to have peace and grace and mercy through that. And to know that if your peace is within you, that means He is within you. Meaning that He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will give you just enough, if anything, to handle that obstacle, to handle that challenge. Because He won't put you in a position if you know you couldn't do it. He'll keep you where you were until you're ready to move to where you're going. That's why preparation, self-development, reading, learning, growing, how to learn new things every single day, especially as a young man, is essential. You have to do it. Right? Even in relationships. Right? Women who's actually mature, actually has something going for herself, she's kind of on the right track. She might not have everything going on for herself, but she can see that what a man, a masculine man, is supposed to be like. She was spotted. And she would do her best to keep it. Yes, of course, they're going to try to entertain, because dudes come and go, but like I said before, she knows who that guy is. She knows who she wants to give her all to, her attention to. And guess what? It's the one who's not giving to her because he's what? Trying to evolve, working on himself, trying to improve himself, evolving. Alright? But you also can't tell a woman that. She has to see that in person, not texting, not calling, not FaceTiming. She has to feel that when she's around others, she's like, nah, you just see the one who I've been with last week, or who I'm talking to right now. His energy, his aura, his presence is a whole nother level. Why? Because that individual has put in the work. That wasn't given. The given part is the resources and tools that you have. But you have to decide if you want to get to that level. And the abundance level, the flow state level, the zone level, how you see yourself in a higher level. And that's how a woman's she's gonna stay. She's gonna wait until that individual is ready for her to come back. Because she knows that she has something good in her life. And she hopes that it does work out. Because she knows it's not a lot of extraordinary people in the world. There's a lot of normal people in the world. Extraordinary people live different, high risk, high level, high presence, high energy level. And a woman craves that. And she would not want to lose that. So be that guy. So today's topic is about standing out, right? How can you stand out in what you do, in your career, your craft, in your relationship, potential relationship, and what areas of your life that can make you, be authentic, and other people know that you're different from the rest of the people of the world, and how can you be from ordinary to extraordinary, right? So you must learn how to work with others, right? And also be the one that people are drawn to when they need your skill set and become unreplaceable, right? Achieving this is probably the hardest thing that you probably ever do in your life. That's for certain. But that also takes a bunch of discipline, healthy habits, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, growth, evolving, and most importantly, becoming a better you as a human being. And a lot of people don't want to put that work in because it takes a lot of time, effort, and value, and a lot of sacrifice, and pain, and suffering, and so forth. So how can you stand out than others? You have to go through that process. And a lot of people don't want to go through that process, but they want to reap the benefits of others who have and went through that process. They know that it wasn't easy. It wasn't all, perfect. Have bumps and bruises, pain that comes with it, because through that, it shapes you to who you want to be. Right? When people look at you, right, they want to see somebody who is always evolving, always doing self-development, always wants to put in that work, always standing out in what they do, and most importantly, being authentic in who they are, and making the job easy as possible because of the work they put in. So all they do is show up, get the job done, and go home. But it's not easy as it sounds, but you must know that's what it takes. If you want to come to a high professional job in your career, or whatever you have going on in a relationship, if you want to be that person who stands out from the rest of the options, the candidates, being like that, when people choose who they want to actually be with, or people want to pick in their lives, that you want to be the one that they always think about, that they want to be with, that you can get their mind off you, have them thinking about, how should I say the right thing to this person, and not just say something to them. Make that individual think before they speak to you, meaning they must respect you, meaning that before they say something, they must think about what they might say to you, but they must respect you, know that you are different than the rest of what they're dealing with, that they must come to you correct. That's how you stand out. A lot of people, in according to relationships and women and stuff like that, they do a lot of beta males and simps. They want to put a woman on a pedestal. They want to please a woman to get to their angle, so they rather do what they got to do to achieve what they want. And a woman knows that, of course, and sometimes they might, depending on what they do, end up doing for them, they might give in. But just know you don't want to do it that way, actually their way, the woman way. You want to do it in a very masculine, authentic, and you must be different in your own way. That makes you stand out from 90% of them, and then 1% is you. Meaning you're the one who's a challenge. You're the one who they can't manipulate. You're the one who they cannot just get because they want you. Alright? So same thing in relationships, so same thing in jobs, right? If you're in a high professional environment, what makes you different than everybody else? Why should we pick you? Right? So you must understand that everything's competition. Everybody's trying to compete for the top spot in what you're doing. And that goes in everything in your life. All of it. So what are you willing to do to be the best option? What are you willing to do to stand out from the rest? You have to put in that work, self-discipline, be motivated, be inspired, have goals, have purpose, have a mission. Focus on you. You have to be, before you become selfless, you must become selfish. A lot of people don't want to be that way because they want people please. They want to please that other person, please that other person's desires. Give all the person that attention, validation. And people don't like that. They won't tell that person that because they're just receiving everything that person's telling them or giving them. Of course they're gonna say no. They're giving them attention that they want, not what they need. Alright? There's a difference. So how can you be the one who stands out from the rest? What are you willing to do? And how are you willing to do? And why you should do what you do? What is your goal? What is your decade goal? That's going to take you, let's say, a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan. Every day you should have daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals. Every day you should wake up with a purpose that you're trying to achieve something that day, achieve something that week, achieve something that month, achieve something at the end of the year. That should be your goal every single day you wake up. Especially on the days that you don't want to do it. A switch and a flash clicking, you're like, I gotta get it. I gotta get this done. But how can you switch that mode on? You'll have to go through something tremendous to keep that fire lit at all times. That's how. Meaning you have to go through some trials, tribulations, extreme testing, pressure, waking up and not going back to sleep because you're so worried about how you're gonna overcome this situation that you're in, the unknown that a lot of people don't talk about, taking risk. That's how you stand out, though. A lot of people fold. A lot of people will just go back to their normal original routine. But you're the one that's willing to jump off that cliff and hope that your parachute will, take you to your next destination. Alright, sometimes you take that risk, sometimes your parachute won't work. You try to pull it, you're like, man, it's not letting me fly yet. So you might drop to the ground. And guess what? You drop to the ground, you go back up that mountain, and you try again. But this time, you have another parachute. This parachute is everything that you went through from the experience from dropping from that last time you take that risk or you took that opportunity. This time you can prepare to make sure that parachute is right. Make sure everything is correct. Make sure you have extras just in case that slot doesn't, work. You have other slots that can, help you just in case. Meaning you have to have other options, you have to have other assets in that parachute. So when you take that risk again, when you take the opportunity again, when things come back around again, you have to be confident that, hey, if I take this risk, if I jump off this cliff, for sure, they'll let me fly to the next one. Because every time you achieve something, there's always the next goal, the next purpose, the next mission. That's why you always have to have a strong why in what you do. And never be complacent in what you do. And how you can grow in what you go through. Because that's the things that you need to reach that next level, to reach that next pinnacle that you're trying to go to. Alright, sometimes you have to distance yourself from others, not to be rude, not to be disrespectful, not to feel like you're trying to be better than them, anything like that, but just let them know that, hey, this is a serious time for me. And two things, they will accept and be with you, or they eventually leave you. And they're both a blessing, and also a lesson. Because you're on a different frequency than them. They're on a different level than what you're on. They can step up, they can step off. That's another thing too. Most people, when you come in contact with them, they know that you're different from the rest. They know that they haven't been in contact or been around somebody like you before. Will they tell you that? Maybe. Will they actually admit that? And probably, tell you that in the long run? Maybe. But instead, you shouldn't worry about that. You should worry about them seeing it, feeling it, and know that, oh, this is a real person. This person doesn't play. Not because you text them, not because you post a video. So this video will be is keep going. So in life, there are winners and there's losers. And both are hard, but you have to choose your heart. And which one do you want to be? Ordinary or extraordinary? Alright? So how can you become a winner? Regardless about your situation, how things look in your life, and how can it dictate how you move and how you think and how your choices that you make and how things can turn out for you, good or bad. At the end of the day, you're going to make mistakes. At the end of the day, you're going to make the wrong decisions, and that's just life, And at the end of the day, that's what happens in life. You don't do something and not just know how to do it right away. You just don't know the whole plan right away. You can plan it, but we don't know what the next day is going to be. And how can that actually change the plan if you really think about it? So you want to think about what you want to do, how you're going to do it, how long it will take you to do it, and what are the actions that you must take to achieve, and how you're going to do it. And most goals you're going to need other people's help to achieve. You can't do anything yourself. Your job is to come with a vision, right? At the end of the day, but you must find trustworthy people in your life to help you and also guide you. That hopefully God will send to you that will help you and guide you to where that mission and that goal is, right? And that's where it comes to being a winner and being a loser, right? A loser doesn't mean just how you look. That's not a loser. A loser is quitting on yourself, quitting on family, quitting on your relationship, quitting at your job, quitting your goals, all that. Things happen, and sometimes you gotta press that reset button. That's what winners do. They know that it's time to take a break. It's time to recollect myself before I start back out again. But they also know if they do that, it's a risk because people are watching you, and you might not think they're watching you. You might not think that they're not keeping an eye on you, but they are, because all the work and the progress they've seen you do for years, and so they see you growing, they see you evolving, stuff like that. So they're gonna always keep their eye on you if you're posting or you're not posting, if you're showing up, you're not showing up. Right? At the end of the day, your actions gonna expose you. It could be at your job, relationship, your goals, and all that. At the end of the day, your actions gonna speak for you. People are not gonna tell you. Some will, depending on how close people see you and how they view you. Right? So what you can actually do is, if you have a drive, have a purpose, and to have that will to keep going whatever you're doing and to involve in yourself, right? If you want to take a step back, you must take that step back for a reason and a purpose. You just can't stop what you're doing because you just don't feel like it anymore. That's what a lot of people do. They say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. It is what it is. It's cool. It was good. It was good while it lasted. That's what losers do. Winners know, okay, I need to take a step back for a while. I need to think about what's my next move. I got to think about how is this going to play out in the future for me. I got to think about people who do actually care about what I'm doing, who do care about what I'm going in my life. Will they tell you that? No. But people who do watch you, the people who do, want to see you win, and the people who actually see the opportunity that they might give you if you keep going, and actually expose to them if you're actually a winner or a loser in their eyes. It could be CEOs, presidents, HR, managers, anything in your career that you're doing or trying to pursue, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the winners, especially, right? And if you do take a step back, right, in their eyes, they probably won't think that you did quit or you're taking a break, depending on how much you put in consistently before you took that break, right? If you were just kind of just on and off most of the time, then they're going to actually categorize you as a loser, as somebody who doesn't really follow through what they do and what they do. But if they see you as a winner, they see you growing, you getting better at what you do, and you take a step back, it can be a good thing because now they're going to see, okay, he took a step back, he hasn't done anything for about 2-3 months. When he comes back, you're going to see it. He's actually a real winner, a real champion, and a real winner. A lot of people can take a step back and they won't do anything. They won't evolve. They won't grow. They can't. They won't have anything to show for to people. Because at the end of the day, people are attracted to people who are growing and elevating and becoming different in their eyes. Meaning, how you see yourself, people see you in a whole different viewpoint. I know it's crazy to see that or to hear that, but it's true. How you see yourself, people don't see you the same way. You might see yourself as like, I'm doing my best, I'm trying to get out there, and you're just trying to have the hustle and the dedication to get better. But people who see you around you, they look at you and be like, you're that guy, right? You are that. You know, they tell you that? No. But instead, they'll watch you. Sometimes they'll comment with you. Sometimes they'll like your picture or video. Sometimes they'll tell you in person. But the people who are in higher ups, you don't hear nothing from them. Why? Because they're watching you through somebody else. They won't actually show themselves that they're watching you. They will watch you through somebody else, you know, and take notes that way or see you that way. So when you come back and what you're doing, when you come back and show improvement, it should be like, wow, like I didn't expect this, you know. That's how you're gonna be. You're gonna come back and be like, he's been gone for 2-3 months. I mean, it's only been, you know, if you're at a job and you kind of like you took a break or anything like that, you come back to work and you look different, you carry yourself different, you just, you know, you change in a very short period of time. A lot of people can't do. And if you have that ability to do that, people will know that you're special. Will they tell you that? No. But they will know that you're somebody who's going to keep growing and elevating regardless if they give you opportunity or not. They know that you're somebody who's going to keep going. They don't see anybody who's going to keep evolving and being who he says that he is. And a lot of people can do that. A lot of people can take a step back and be like, I'm going to work, eat right, sacrifice, fast, go through these challenges I'm going through. Hopefully I come back on the other side and show how much I improved. Right? Sometimes you do gotta take a step back. Sometimes that you do gotta detach. You know, we'll talk about that maybe some other time about detaching. It's not a bad thing. No contact. It's not a bad thing. It lets people miss you. It lets people respect you. It lets people know that damn, he was actually valuable. Damn, I really like seeing what he was doing. And now he just disappears. You know? And when you come back, if you do come back, you know, hopefully that you do, and whatever you're doing, what you have going on, that people see that, oh, he's been working, right? He looks way different than we last seen him. It gets people excited. It gets people ready to see what you have going on next. And you gotta keep that momentum. You gotta keep that, you know, fire in you, of course, and make sure that you have a why and what you're doing. Because people, they want to see you. They see you. They see you growing. They see you elevating. They see you like, man, he changed for sure. For sure, he changed. A couple months back, he didn't look like this at all. So people get excited about that. That people can see that you can take a step back for a reason and come back and look totally different than the last saw you. Because people are watching you when you don't even know that they're watching you. But they're not going to tell you that they're watching you. They're going to watch you through somebody else. Or they have you written down somewhere and on a screen or on a piece of paper or somebody who they know. They're going to watch you say, hey, he posted again. Oh, hey, he has this going on. Right? And so when you do that, and these people you don't know, unfortunately. These people Sometimes they will tell you that they'll keep an eye on you. Sometimes they will, will say that. And depending how you take that information, it's already you boss up, become that champion, and you be who you say you are. That's the only options that you have. And I recommend take a step back, think about everything that you're going through, take everything and detach yourself into grow and evolve, so you can come back. People will know and take you more seriously that, oh, he's been working. Keep on this guy. Be that person. So today's topic is going to be about what is your purpose. So everyone in this world, 7 billion, 8 billion people now, don't know the number. When they're born, the main thing in life, when they get older, is to find out what they're meant to do on this planet. Something that drives you and creates a perfect vision in your life and what you want to achieve. And sometimes it takes decades to actually find something. Not even find something. God has to give you purpose, truthfully, because it should be authentic. It should be who you are. It should be something that you just do. Right? It should just be you automatically. And that takes time to develop. Absolutely. But most importantly is why it is you do what you do and what's the outcome of that purpose. When you do finally get that calling that you must achieve, right? How do you handle that? How do you maneuver that? How can you maintain and add more value to that? Is the key to all things. So my advice, always ask, seek, knock. Hope that God will answer you, that you receive, and that the door will be open for you. And we're all here to do different missions, purposes, to make the world a better place. That's how you know that you're trying to do things in a positive light, not in a negative way. And a lot of people are not going to like what you do, they're not going to support what you do, but that comes in the sinful world. That's why one day I'll talk about keeping and maintaining the energy through people. People can experience you by talking to you, but never give people your energy, stuff like that. And I'm talking about a video on how you can do that as well when you interact with people. To stand firm, just have a real conversation. Don't do any more than that. That's all they get. Everything else will be earned and valued. And people say, oh, shoot, I'm free. No shit. No. People take advantage of that, and they'll keep coming back, and keep coming back, and keep coming back. And they're adding no value to you. Those called people pleasers, and you don't want to go down that road, because I think that you need energy for yourself to choose certain things throughout your day. If you just give it to somebody else all the time, you're going to be out of energy. I mean, that stuff is real. So to continue to balance, depending on which that you work, I recommend it there than anyone actually. Because I think that at the end of the day, that's your purpose anyways, is to make sure that you do that so you can get the best out of your job and be dominant in what you do. Right? But other than that, just be formal, straightforward, and that's all they get. Not more than less. And knowing how to control that takes time. But understanding that your purpose also comes with that too as well. Not everybody can have your time. Not everybody can have your attention like they used to. A lot of people are actually scared by that. I was nervous about that because I used to be somewhere all the time, being around certain individuals all the time, and my life changed in a good, in a bad way. We'll have our difficulties and challenges that we have to go through on a day-to-day, month-to-month, yearly basis. So I had to adjust. I had to pivot. All right, part of the purpose, not of their purpose, part of your purpose. It was part of your life at the time. When things change, you gotta change. Sometimes you gotta change immediately. And guess what? people who used to be around you are not gonna like that. But people who are strangers or random to you, they're gonna give you more of a welcome. And it's weird, but that's kind of where you want to be. I'm saying that everybody's not on the same team. Everybody doesn't want the same thing that you want, and that it's worth keep on. That's why I said protect your energy, protect your resource, protect who you are, and you will must receive a better result. Or always carry yourself in very high regard as well. But how can you do that? How can you do that? Just be yourself. Focus on the purpose and mission. Lock in on that day-to-day task every single day. And once you do that, everything will become clear. Everything will, set forth in the right direction and a long way for you. Will it take time? Absolutely. Because why? You have to develop. You have to grow and glow and radiate as a person. And that takes a lot of individual time and selfish time for you. Because when you come back, you gotta give some little bit of time and value to other people. Alright, that's all you do. Alright, you give your time and value to people who need it. And not everybody, people always say, people don't deserve your time and energy. They don't deserve that type of, value like that. Like they think they have a right to. You don't work this hard just to give yourself out like that. You give pieces. Right? You start off with crumbs. And then if they see that they're also giving value back to you, then okay, I can give a little bit more this time. I can give a little bit more next time. I can give a little bit more. But never go full out, try to help somebody like that. And be valued to yourself first before you become valued to others. I know that you must learn and achieve different values and skill sets to be able to do that. And that takes a lot of time, dedication, self-discipline to achieve. And people who are not used to you, people don't see what you have, see what you got going on. It's because God doesn't want them to be part of what you got going on. They might think they do. They might think they deserve it because you've been around them, they've been around you. But God knows if you stay with them, they're gonna hold you back. Whether it be because of your family, people at work too as well, people around you, anybody. If they're not really trying to help you get to a certain level, they're trying to hold you back. Then yeah, I am wasting my time. I'm not saying to be in a very disrespectful way. I'm not saying to be in a rude way to nobody, but you're over here helping me. I'm trying to help you, but I'm trying to get you to a level, and you're not helping me get to a certain level. So, sometimes God will do it without you even trying to do it, which is crazy. And once you understand that, you grasp that, kind of lead on to be still and try to listen to it. He wants you to do, and hope for the best. And if God's willing to make it for the people to come back around your life, He'll make it so. But first, you have to work on you. Sometimes you do have to take a step back and work on you. And like people are willing to do that type of work and refinement in that person's life. Because why? It takes a lot of solitude, isolation, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and great peace that comes with that. But you must also know that you just gotta sometimes take a step back. Sometimes you gotta just say, hey, I'll return when I return. You know what they're saying, you better enjoy what you have. Or, be grateful. Because if God wants to take it away, He'll take it away. It's not because He's doing it to that individual, He's doing it to them. Because then, maybe I should have helped them, or I should have helped her more when they was here. They would start having those regrets. They would start saying that they miss you. Because they know deep down they didn't do enough when they should have. or you when you were there. So you never want to point fingers to nobody. Nobody doesn't owe you anything. It's like you don't owe